Hey everyone, and welcome to this brand new video featuring all that's new on the OC streetcar for the month of October here on Tiger Railfan. Let's first get started by taking a generalized look at the route that we're going to be following today. We're going to be starting within the airport, starting with the Terminal East station and heading west towards the end of the line. Then we'll head up towards the LAX Metro Transit Center briefly. But now let's get right into the construction update at the LAX Terminal East station. We're here atop parking structure P1 on the 4th floor, where we're going to get a good vantage point at the station. Right away, we can see there is a good amount of electronic signage here in the terms of those TVs that are currently on. It looks like they're stating that a train is arriving, which of course, unfortunately, is not true. But it's also worth noting that the lighting for the station is on as well, even right in the morning, like it is right now when this video is being filmed. We can also see a construction worker working on the roofing there at the station, which is also a good sign to see. Hopefully that means that they are finishing up with the missing Swiss cheese panels and they're making the roof look more complete, which is awesome to see. It looks like he's polishing it up as well, but unfortunately, the project has been delayed. It will not be opening in January of 2026. Instead, they are estimating more for a mid-year opening in the summer, which is definitely unfortunate, as this is a project that has been long awaited and is already delayed by quite a bit, since the LAX Metro Transit Center is open already. And the reason provided for this was ultimately the contract issues and negotiations between LAWA and the contractors. So that is really unfortunate, as this project definitely looks like it's nearly ready to open. The stations are built, they're testing the trains, and the line is already made. So we shouldn't be more than 6 months away from opening. But there is more delays, unfortunately. Now let's get a brief look at the LAX facility, which is where you currently have to go to get an Uber or a Lyft or any other form of taxi. It's just to the left-hand side, which is where you're going to have to go, so you can't get picked up directly in the terminal. But the construction of the LAX automated people mover can help move that traffic away from this facility and outside of the horseshoe. So it's truly an essential project to be made, especially to replace the LAX facility, which is going to be replaced by the Concourse Zero terminal, which is going to include quite a few new gates for Terminal 1, which serves Southwest. But now let's get a look at the elevators. They actually have some signage there as well, and you're going to find that is one of the biggest updates with these stations thus far, is the signage. You can see that the elevators are pointed just to their direction, and in order to reach the terminal from this area, you will need to go downstairs to the first level and across the street, unfortunately, at least until Concourse Zero is made. But that's going to be quite a few years down the line, as construction has not started just yet. The automated people mover has to open first. But now we're facing in the western direction with the sun rising behind us, where we're going to be looking at the LAX Central Terminal Station. The LAX East Terminal Station services Terminals 1, 7, and 8. And the next stop along the line is going to be servicing Terminals 2, 5, and 6. So I hope they definitely have great signage, especially at the LAX Metro Transit Center, to enable people to get off at the stop most convenient for them, to prevent as much walking as possible. We can see the guideway also notably makes a turn around the control tower here. That's how you can tell you're nearing the central part of the terminal station. But now let's head towards the next parking structure, where the next station is along the line, at the LAX Central Terminal Station. Similar to previous videos, this station, or the parking lot rather, is still closed. So we're not able to get a close look at this station, but from what we can see here, there are not really any displayed TVs here, but it's probably just because of the angle we're at in the moment. We can see the reflection of them on the roof, so it's good to see that they are on. The station lighting is also on, and everything appears to be operating just fine. Very similar to last month's episode. Not much new development, but we're just confirming that everything is working correctly. But something new here is the signage that we just saw over there that showcases where you would walk. Interestingly, this terminal sign has Terminal 1 listed on it, even though that is really for the other station. My guess is that they recommend that you enter Terminal 2 and walk to Terminal 1 from this point, which does make sense because the terminal stations are only at most a quarter mile apart from each other. So I can see the logic with that, but it's definitely going to be a little bit confusing. And I'm curious to see how the signage is going to be laid out on opening day. And you bet that we're going to be there. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. We have tons of construction updates that come monthly from several construction projects across LA County, including this one. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that. But let's head now to the next parking structure, parking level 3A, which is located in between the Central Terminal Station and the West Terminal Station. This will give us a unique vantage point at the bridges that connect the terminals to the stations, as well as a side view of the stations themselves. Looks like a small area of the top floor parking is closed off here for no apparent reason, it seems. Maybe they just finished or are about to start a project here. But looking at the other side is the LAX Terminal West Station. We can see that there is some kind of material extending off of the bottom of the track right of way. I'm unsure what this is for, but if you do know, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. We can see how the bridge continues from Terminal 3 to Terminal 4. So you're able to walk through this bridge to transfer terminals as a quicker alternative to waiting for a shuttle, which in these days is still stuck in traffic. Located on that lower level in the center of the screen. Just ahead is Terminal 3, which services Delta. As a reminder, the LAX Terminal West Station services Terminals 3, 4, and the Tom Bradley International Terminal, which is the last stop along the line. Looking over here is the Central Terminal, and we can see the elevators that connect the Central Terminal Station to this parking structure. Looks like there's some construction workers on that at the moment, but the elevators look pretty much complete like the other stations. It's just the area that's black likely does still need some cosmetic touch-ups. And it looks like we have some elevator signage here as well, showcasing also where to go to reach the terminal subsequently after you reach the Skylink bridge, which is just ahead of us. Looking straight ahead, you're able to see terminals 4 and 5, but looking to our right, you can see the terminal bridge connector at the Terminal West Station, servicing terminals 3 and 4. You can see the building on the right-hand side. It kind of looks like it's the same terminal. The two bridges that connect to terminals 2 and 3 also serve Delta, and only Delta. Delta operates out of both terminals 2 and 3, and there's only one TSA security checkpoint, which is between the two. So that is also worth noting that if you do miss your stop there, it's not too much of a worry. But now let's go ahead to the LAX Terminal West Station, here atop parking structure P3. Looking straight ahead, we're able to see some similar changes to last stations that we looked at. The lighting is on at the station. We can also see all of the TV screens appear to be working, and it seems to be in pretty good condition, especially the roofing of the station. There are also some construction workers here as well that appear to be doing something to the floor, which a good point of we haven't seen the floor at all in the construction updates because of the angle we're at here. But it is cool to see that they're working on that, and hopefully they are polishing it up and making it look extra nice for the opening, which has now been delayed to summer of 2026. So it's quite a delay from January. This station, just like all of the other ones on the automatic people mover extension, have pretty much similar station designs. They have this modern futuristic feel to it, and a lot of these station platforms look exactly the same as other ones. So this is truly going to be a warm welcome for those who are not from the area, but it is also up to LA Metro in order to continue that throughout the system. But don't worry, they are absolutely doing so with all sorts of projects, including the D-Line subway extension and the A-Line extension that recently opened. If you're enjoying the video so far and you want to see more from other cities or other areas of Los Angeles, Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more just like this. But now let's get right back to that video where we can see some signage has taken place here as well, showcasing where to go for each of the terminals. But the signage here has been a little bit confusing, as since the stations are so close to each other, they show several other terminals that are not accessible by the current station as options to exit the station. For example, at the Central Terminal station, there is likely a sign pointing to the International Terminal, but you would have to walk quite a bit and along the automated people mover route in order to get there. But here we are at the Tom Bradley International Terminal, named after the Los Angeles mayor of 1988, who helped with the construction of the International Terminal here for the LA Olympics back then. But now let's go ahead and take a look and see what's new over in that direction. We're not going to look at that indoor area that connects to the bridge today, but we are going to be taking a look at the bridge itself and a look at the station's front, which we can already see just a little bit right here. That is the bridge connection, and there is its connection inside the automated people mover or Skylink station. It's got this beautiful glass front to it, and it has a little bit of a black screen as well that can display several cool things happening in the LA area, such as the LA Olympics coming in 2028. But let's briefly head inside as well to point out a couple more features of this part of the line. Currently though, you do have to cross the street right here, which takes quite a lot of time in order to happen. Looks like there is some double doors present that are going to provide that access into the terminal from the station, as well as a small walkwater which is towards the center of the bridge. Automatic walkways are present liberally throughout the APM line because of the amount of bends inside the bridges. So keep that in mind, and if you're looking to avoid a long walk when transferring between terminals, it may still be better to take the shuttle bus, which is located on the first floor arrivals level. Looking at traffic here as well, it's pretty crazy over here with lots of people going about through the departures level that we're currently on. But let's go ahead inside the terminal. Here is the massive Tom Bradley International Terminal lobby right here. Just above us is where you're going to be dropped off if you're taking the Skylink line. There are plenty of elevators on the left-hand side, in addition to escalators just behind them that we're going to take a look at right now. This also provides access to the arrivals level. So if you're coming from the Skylink line heading to arrivals, you're able to do so here. You just need to head down 2 sets of escalators and you'll be at the arrivals level. But let's go ahead and take a brief look at the LAX Metro Transit Center and the Consolidated Rental Car Facility stations, which, as you can see, are located very close to each other. There is a plaza being built on the right-hand side as well, which will house pickup and drop-off facilities, as well as extended parking for the Consolidated Rental Car Facility. There's also one more station that we didn't get to look at today, which was the LAX Economy Parking Lot Station, which is going to provide convenient access to those who are parking here. But with that, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for next month's update as well. Thank you so much for watching,